law in California allows residents to take control of a school if they feel teachers aren't doing the job. Parents can pull the trigger on the school's operation. Tonight, you're going to meet a community standing ready to do just that. Jennifer London has the story.
20th Street Elementary School in South Los Angeles is failing its students. That's the word on the playground, according to a number of parents. They say students are falling behind in math, and 60% can't read at grade level. Lupe Aragon's daughter, Amy, is in the 4th grade. Mom says she's a bright, engaged student, but isn't being challenged.
For one, I don't see any vocabulary words, spelling words that they used to give them. 3rd grade was terrific. But right now, I don't see the challenge.
After meeting on the playground, we went to Aragon's house to talk about Amy's homework.
This is 1st and 2nd grade work.
When she brings this home and then she sits down at the table to do this, is this easy for her? Is it challenging for her?
Well, this is easy for her.
So
it's
she's
just
not,
one digit, so she's not being challenged. Not at all.
This is an example of a 4th grade math assignment that Amy brought home. And this is an example of a 4th grade math assignment from another Los Angeles Unified Elementary School. It calls for calculating equivalent fractions. Amy's coursework is simple addition. We looked at the 4th grade math curriculum for LA Unified. It suggests students should be working on more complicated math problems, including multiplying fractions and basic geometry.
If we don't do something now, it's going to be too late for the kids.
Aragon and other parents are doing something. They're trying to take over the school. In early April, a group of parents sent this letter to the head of LA Public Schools. It informed the district that parents are invoking California's Parent Empowerment Act, commonly referred to as the Parent Trigger Law. Various forms of the law exist in 7 other states. In California, it gives parents the ability to effectively take over a school and make sweeping changes, including turning it into a charter school, which would be exempt from union contracts. In the case of 20th Street, parents say they want a pilot school, which the district would still manage, but would also have some of the freedom of a charter school.
We have the date locked in.
Gabe Rose is with Parent Revolution, an LA-based nonprofit that works with parents during the parent trigger process.
Districts for so long have been willing to accept mediocrity for parents and kids, especially parents and kids in low-income communities. If a district doesn't think it's a crisis when only 43% of kids are reading grade level, and you have a school that's performing the bottom 30% of the state, even when compared to schools with similar demographics, if the district doesn't think that's a crisis, that's a problem.
What we're going to do today is we're going to begin with what we call an inclusion.
In a move to try to avoid a takeover, the school district met with parents at 20th Street Elementary.
Pero cuando nos dieron esta información allá, no estaba así.
In the school cafeteria, we sat down with Roberto Martinez, a regional superintendent.
One of the complaints, as outlined in the letter, is that the parents say about 60% of the students here can't read at grade level. Is that true?
Well, what I can tell you is that 6% of the, first of all, and we're looking at very different types of groups. I've seen different data. They presented me with data that shows 51%. So the data is mixed that they're presenting to us. And when we ask, show us your source.
Shouldn't all of the students at the school be able to read at grade level? So forget the percentages, but if any students are not reading at grade level, they're falling behind.
Absolutely.
And that's not acceptable, is it?
No, it isn't. And so for us, what we do is that's what we do. We look at data.
Data the district says isn't public, but does admit since 2013 there has been no standardized testing in math and reading at 20th Street.
When the parents say that this school is failing and they've worked for over a year to enact changes and they're not seeing the changes, you say what?
I say that there are pockets of excellence at this school. I also say that there are problems. There might be 2, 3 teachers, maybe up to 6 teachers that have challenges.
So why hasn't the district taken action then?
Well, what we do is our expectation is that the principal is visiting classrooms, that the principal is holding data tests.
Is the principal doing that?
We're not sure. Well, what I can tell you is
you're not sure.
Our expectation is that they are conferencing these folks.
What grade would you give 20th Street Elementary School?
I would probably give it a C+.
C?
Yes, I would.
Is a C acceptable? Because
that's why we're here tonight.
That's barely passing.
That's why we're here tonight.
Conversations between parents and the school district are expected to continue into May. If the district fails to meet parents' demands, they say they're prepared to pull the trigger on California's law and take over the school.
The Australian government is taking...
What are you saying to your daughter about what's happening at her school?
Well, my daughter knows what we're doing. She supports that. Quite often she says, thank you, Mommy, for doing what you're doing. Not just for me, but also for the other kids. Because,
So
you know,
the children know.
they know. They know. They know that they're going to be so far behind academically that they're not going to be able to catch up.
Jennifer London, Al Jazeera, Los Angeles.